מזמור, שירו לאדוני, שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה. הושיע לו ימינו, וזרוע קודשו. ידע הודיע אדוני כי שועתו, לעיני הגויים גילה צדקתו. זכר חסדו ואמונתו לבית ישראל. ראו כל אפסי הארץ את ישועת אלוהינו. הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ, פיצחו ורננו וזמרו. זמרו אדוני בכינו וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני, ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושביו. נהרות ימחאו כף, יחד הרים ירננו לפני אדוני, כי בא לשפוט הארץ. ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים במישרים. Good Shabbos, everyone. There are these psalms we traditionally sing before the Chadodi, 6 psalms, one for each of the days of the week. And one of them that I just sang, Mizmor Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash. Sing a song, but make it a new one. I think this is Rosh Hashanah. I think this is Yom Kippur. I think this is our work to somehow, in the midst of this sense of powerlessness, believe in the power to create ourselves and our world anew. To believe despite our best experiences, to believe that somehow we can do it better, that somehow we can move it forward, that somehow we can dream a new song into being, that somehow in the same way that the world that we live in was chosen by us, we can choose to sing a new song. So, thinking about those 6 psalms traditionally before the Chadodi. Don't worry, we're not going to do 6 psalms today. Though I have this fantasy of some time doing it, but you know. It's also the 6 days of the week we just had. It's the 6 days leading up to Shabbos. Let's invite you to take a moment to think about what this week has been, to think about where you were and what you were last Sunday, last Saturday night even as Shabbos was ending. To think about what this week has been, what your Monday was, what your Tuesday was. What are the conversations and the people and the relationships that deepened on Wednesday? What are the words we spoke on Thursday? And welcome back to today. And so we treat each of these days as a sacred turn around, as a sacred spinning of this earth, as another day for us to become again. So, let's sing a little more. What do you say? Page 3. Hereby take upon ourselves as an obligation, as a mitzvah. We will find a way to love our neighbors. We will find a way to love them. Hareini mekabel alai et mitzvat הבורא ואהבת לרעך כמוך לרעך כמוך הריני מקבל עלי את מצוות הבורא ואהבת לרעך כמוך לרעך כמוך יום דידם ידידה יום דידם ידידה יום דידם ידידה הריני מקבל עלי את מצוות הבורא ואהבת לרעך כמוך לרעך כמוך. As we bring in Shabbos, just take a moment to say hi to the folks around you, to say hi to the angels around us. And of course, angels in Judaism are troublemakers more than anything else, which you may find in saying hi to people around you suits them as well. Shalom Aleichem is as judgy as our liturgy gets. It imagines the good angel, the sweet angel, the mischievous angel next to each other, whispering in our ears. The good angel says, breathe out, exhale, let go of the schmutz. The mischievous angel says, take this Shabbos to stew. Stew in your resentments. stew in the negativity, stew in the anger. And sometimes the mischievous angel wins. And so Shalom Aleichem judges us. It says, let it go. Let the schmutz go. Breathe it out. Let it all go. Take in Shabbos. Build Shabbos, build rest. Build peace. Build being at home. Build communities of difference. Build Shabbos. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, page 6. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's traditional to sing Shalom Aleichem 3 times in a row, to treat it like a contract, that we are binding those mischievous angels into place. And so you should always have a child at your table, we're told, because you can skip the second and third recitations if someone is hungry.
It has to be a child.
Leslie is also welcome to help with that. So we make Shabbos. We create this space. We create this palace in time. We breathe out and we bring in the light and the goodness. Rothenberg crew, can I put you on the spot? Will you light the candles for us? Whatever combination you want to send forward. Mazel tov. With chutzpah. So we bring this light in. We bring this light in. Chutzpah and resourcefulness. This is good. Yeah, this is, right, it gives you hope. The right kind of troublemakers. So we bring in the light. We bring it into ourselves. Let it warm ourselves up. Let it warm the world.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshon b'mitzvotav v'tzidkenu.
Turn to page 8. We imagine Shabbos coming in like a wedding. We imagine that it somehow changes reality. That there is a becoming that happens on Shabbos. That the dualities become a union. That which is separate when it enters into the chuppah leaves as one. That our candles of two flames are braided together by the time Shabbos is over. Ya la 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 lecha dodi, ya la 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 likras kala, ya 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 ya. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nikabela Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmiyanu elam yuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad L'shem tiferet V'litchila Ya la 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 l'echad v'di Ya la 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 likras kala Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Top of page 9. Likra Shabbat Lechu v'necha Ki hi makor habrecha Mirosh mikedem Nesucha Sof maaseh B'machshvat tchila Ya la 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 lecha dodi Ya la 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 likras kala Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nikabela Hitolleri Ki va'orech Kumi ori Shedaberi Kevod Adonai Laich nigla Ya la 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 lecha dodi Ya la 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 likras kala Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat nikabela. We turn around, we face the entrance. We imagine ourselves greeting the bride, greeting the world unifying. Boi v'shalom Hateret bala Gam b'simcha Uv'tohola Toch emuneh Am segula Boi chala Ya la 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 lecha dodi Ya la 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 likras kala Ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nekah. Havela, ya la 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 lecha dodi, yay day day, ya la 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 likras kala, ya la 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 b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nekah bela. Invite you to remain standing. If you're standing on page 11. Baruch Hu, in our tradition, call us to turn towards Sion, turn towards Zion, turn towards Jerusalem. And yet we make a mistake if we turn towards the physical city, if we turn towards the physical, the political state. We turn ourselves instead towards the Jerusalem that could be, towards the Sion that is waiting. We have to keep faith. In the midst of the certainty and the uncertainty, we have to keep faith that we can pull it down, that we can pull down that world. It's what our tradition teaches. It's right there waiting for us. Yay day, yiddy day day, yay day, yiddy day day, yay, yiddy day day, yay, 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 day, yiddy day day, yay day, yiddy day day, yay, yiddy day day, yay, day day, yay day, yiddy day day, da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Yedai, yedai, you may be seated. I was in New York all week at a pre-High Holy Days rabbinic conference for the Shalom Hartman Institute. And so what do rabbis talk about late at night? I had a conversation that I can't get out of my head. What if we are the future's sacred stories? What if we are the stories the future is telling about itself, about where it came from? What if our lives are the canvas that the future creates its meanings out of? When we were talking about it late at night, it was science fiction. It was AI computers in the future. It was simulation theory. But the truth of it is, and we know it, we are the sacred stories of the future. We are the sacred ancestors of those who are yet to come. And how much would it change us if we took a little more time to hold that as a part of our choices, to hold that as a part of our days? How can I live my life to be sacred to those I will never meet? It's the Jewish idea that in the end, yes, we are accountable. Yes, we are responsible to the past. Yes, we are accountable. Yes, we are responsible to the present. But more than anything else, we are responsible. We are accountable to the future, to the world we will leave. So let us lean in. Let us become those sacred ancestors. Page 12. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. Yirei, Take a moment to shut out what the Kutzker Rebbe called the liars on both sides of our nose. It's not a great way to talk about sight. The liars on both sides of our nose. To shut out the illusion that what separates us is more important than our commonalities. Shut out the illusion that our differences need to be how we divide ourselves. To shut our eyes, to open our ears. The Talmud says we open our ears until we can hear the breath, the life of our neighbors. I invite you to shut your eyes. I invite you to remain seated or stand or lay down or whatever feels right. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai. Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai 16. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפו בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. We get ready once again to cross that sea. Always getting ready to cross, never quite making it across. But again and again, every day, we reaffirm our faith, we reaffirm our belief that if we can just do it right for one moment, that we can all march together, that the sea will separate, and that we can all be free. And until then, until that day, we keep the spark alive, the spark within ourselves, the spark within our world that says it's always possible. It's never too late to choose a different path. It's never too late to join hands and march towards freedom. Yididum yidiyay-yo, yay-day-day-day-do. Yididum yidiyay-day-do, yay-day-day-day-do. Yididum yidiyay-day-do, yay-day-day-day, yay-day-day-day. Yididay-yo, yay-day-day-day-do. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nera b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, yai-dai-dai-dai, yum didi-dai-dai-dai, oh, 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 oh. Yum didi-dai-dai-dai, yididum yidiyay-yo, yididai-dai-dai-do, yididum yidiyay-yo, yididai-dai-dai-do. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, bokeh yam livnei Moshe uMiriam, ze Eli. Anu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, yadai, yadai, yom tididai-dai-dai, oh, 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 yom tididai-dai-dai, yididum yidiyay-yo, yididai-dai-dai-do, yididum yidiyay-yo, yididai-dai-dai-do. V'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל, גאל ישראל. Page 20. The prayer that our building, that our sanctuary, that our Beit Knesset was named after. Sukkot Shalom, shelter of peace. So we spread it out. We spread it with our words, with our voices, with our deeds, with our dollars. We spread a shelter of peace where we can, when we can. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot shlomecha. Ufros aleinu Sukkot shlomecha, and cover over us tonight with a Sukkot shalom, a shelter of peace for you, for those you love. A Sukkot shalom over all creation, over all creation, over all creation. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Invite everyone to rise as you are able. We enter into the Amidah, into prayer. We live in the breach, in the gap between the world as it is and the world we are obliged to create. And on Shabbos, the world we are obliged to create is a world of rest. Rest for us, rest for our neighbors, rest for our enemies, and rest for our friends. Rest for strangers, and the Torah even says it, rest for our animals. In fact, the one real exception that you find is you're allowed to do the labor of milking dairy cows. It's only fair to them. So we take a moment for the prayers of our hearts. We take a moment for the prayers of our lips. The Amidah goes through page 32, and I invite everyone, use the pages if they're helpful, but don't let them get in the way. Preceded by the Chatzi Kaddish on page 22. Yitkada v'yitkada shamei rabba be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho beit Yisrael bagala bagala u'vizman kariv v'yimeru Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'alam Olam Me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shamei Dekudesha Barichu Leila Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechem V'yimeru Anananananana Adonai Ananananana Sifatai Tivta Yananananana Ufi Agid Teilatecha Yananananana Adonai Ananananana Sifatai Tivta Ananananana Ufi Agid Ufi Agid Teilatecha Ananananana Adonai Ananananana Sifatai Tiftach Ananananana Ufi Agid Ufi Agid Tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Abraham and the meat. Go visit Chesed of Limo. Baruch atah Adonai. Atagi brother the Marana. Mochbal, vroeg met de maandag nog de mannen zijn nog. Anders wie als je gaat toch niet. Goed als je maar baart. Shalom Rabbi Israel. So another teaching of the Kotzker Rebbe. I love the Kotzker Rebbe. Has anyone heard of the Kotzker Rebbe? Rabbis don't count. He's one of the great doubters of our tradition. He was the leader of a Hasidic movement. And he was never so sure about anything. In fact, what he was most certain of was that certainty was idolatry. He has a phrase when he talks about certainty, he calls it idolatry of the mind. But this is not the story of the Kotzker Rebbe I wanted to tell. I'll be louder. Is that better? So you may have heard this story from me before because I love it. So in the Hasidic world, it's thought that the Rebbe is like a saint. You go to the Rebbe to pray on your behalf. You ask the Rebbe to check in on heaven for you. The Rebbe is like a saint in this world. And so there is a story. There's a story about a man who went to the Kotzker Rebbe. And he said, Rebbe, I keep praying. I keep praying, but every time I pray, I get an answer. Kinahara, you get an answer every time you pray. The Rebbe says, Rebbe, I get an answer, and the voice says, your prayer is rejected. What the voice says is the gates are locked. So the Rebbe says, okay, let me pray. And the Rebbe goes and davens and prays and comes back and says, you're right. The gates are locked to your prayers. So the Rebbe says what we have to do is we have to gather a minyan. We have to pray as a community because it is only through community that we can make sure those gates are open. And so the Rebbe begins heading towards the synagogue, and of course, by the time he arrives at the synagogue, there are already 20, 30, 40 different Hasids, the Rebbe's students, all of the ones who think that they are the most righteous, waiting for the Rebbe. But the Kotzker Rebbe instead walks in with 9 thieves and pickpockets and burglars following after him. In fact, he pushes apart, it says, and Martin Buber's telling of this, he pushes apart the other Hasids who are there and gets them out of the way. And the Hasids look back and say, "Oy, Rebbe, what are you doing with these schlubs over here?" What's the word? Ganef? Is that the, yeah, right? The Ganef's over here. And the Rebbe turns and says, you all are useless because when the gates are locked, you need to have some people who know how to go over the walls. And so, sometimes the gates of the future feel locked. And we got to find a way to pick those locks. We got to find a way to go over those walls. And so, however we find those gates today, whatever the response to our prayers that we are hearing. And if you're hearing concrete responses, maybe talk to a professional. But whatever they are, we say Misha Berach to those gates. We hold out hope and faith. There can always be healing. There can't always be a cure, but there can always, always, always be healing. And so we say Misha Berach as a commitment, as a blessing of love, and as a statement that we're not going to give up, that we will keep fighting, that we will keep pushing, that we will keep working for the healing that we need. And so if you're thinking of someone right now, you're thinking of someone in need of a little bit of healing, a little bit of shalom, to get from this to the next, I invite you to put up a hand or rise or some other way that we can acknowledge you and hear the names.
I'm thinking of my stepfather, Chris, my stepsister, Taylor, my friends, Kirsten, Dell, Carol. I'm also praying for the Kemp family, the O'Halloran family, and also praying for myself. I continue to go through this illness.
Amen. For Kathy. Amen. Yeah. Praying that they somehow, some way, find a way to feel safe again. And that we find a way to keep them safe. Yeah, Gail. Thinking of all of them. Good. Continued refuah.
Our member Jill Hollifield. She needs a lot of prayers.
Oh, for Jill.
Just went home from the hospital.
For Jill. Thanks, Leslie. Michael, do we have any names from the stream?
Yes, we're praying for Amitai and Jacob Beniso, for Lisa, and for Peter Amidon.
And so with our hearts opened, with those gates a little more unlocked. Page 34, Misha Berach Lecholim.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBrecha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength
Who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. For Jeff Busby and Marilyn Weiss, for Susan Young and Dana Deck, Kay Newstat, for Julie Poling and Sherry Waxman, for Carrie Lewitt and the Chilson family, for Wanda Clark and Sarah Rachel Bat Malka Ita, and Tristan Cleveland Murrell, for Will Saul and Xavier Ernst, for Kathy Davenport and Heidi Garfield, for Brad and Shira Kafka, for Mary Atkins and Bill Atkins, for Michael DePlacido, for Eileen Tamsky and Scott Epstein, for Michal Bat Zecharia Varicha, for Drew Patchen and Meredith Berkowitz. Mishe Berach Amimotenu Mekor HaBrecha Li'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of We say, Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed is the source of goodness that calls us all to this sacred work of healing. We say, Amen. So invite everyone in just a moment, not quite yet, for Aleinu. I have a teacher at the Shalom Hartman Institute based out of Jerusalem, Micha Goodman. He likes to say, American Jews need a little more Aleinu, and Israeli Jews need a little less Aleinu. Has anyone ever read the translation of Aleinu? I don't necessarily recommend it. Aleinu is a fantasy of the powerless. It originally comes about just for the holidays, and it comes out of the Ashkenaz. It comes out of communities that are traumatized and beat down. It comes out of those Jewish communities of Christian Europe that were the testing ground for the Crusades, a civilization decimated by people insisting that they were right. And so Aleinu is a fantasy of the powerless, imagining a world where all of a sudden, finally, everyone says, okay, you were right. A world where all of a sudden everyone shows up at our temple, in our city, and kneels down before our God and says, you were right. Aleinu is a fantasy of the powerless that gives us hope in moments when hope feels impossible. Aleinu becomes dangerous and jingoistic when all of a sudden we have power. Americans, Micha Goodman says, American Jews are a tiny, vulnerable minority that believes it is a part of the majority. And Israeli Jews are a majority that believe they're a tiny, vulnerable minority. A little more Aleinu for us, a little less Aleinu for our cousins. Invite folks to rise as you feel able, page 38. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, latekiru la liyotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot hadama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, וגור עלינו כחוהמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שעונות השמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחתנו. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו seated. So we take a moment, as we do at the end of every service, to acknowledge as a community those of us who are walking the path of grief. And so if you are mourning right now, if you're saying Kaddish, I invite you to put up a hand or rise or some other way that we can acknowledge you and hear the names. Of a blessed memory, of a blessed, blessed memory. So sorry. Zichronam Livracha. Thank you for sharing a little bit of them with us. Kathy? Of a blessed, blessed memory. Zichronam Livracha. For Barry. Chair. For Nancy Feldman's mother. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Al. Aye. Of a blessed memory and too much loss. Too much loss. Sending you so much love. Michael?
Yes, we're remembering Denny Bell, Charlie, Kimmy, and baby Benicio, Shula Sasson, Truce Oversteegen, and I'm remembering my grandmother, Susan Koppelman.
Zichronam Livracha.
And my grandmother, your crazy neighbor, Alice Bear. And my friend Mayor Early, whose birthday would be this coming Sunday.
And for those yard sites we have this week, for Martin Barnholtz, Barbara's beloved husband, for Carl Smith and David Apirion, for Dustin Twellman and Esther Diamond, for Gretel Josephi Listbanger, Susan Spiegel and Miriam's aunt, for Honey Litsky, for Harold Glazer and Henry Fishbone, Robert's dad, for Joseph Wexelman, for Lawrence Layton and Marvin Cohn, for Hyman Marks and Luis Mandel, for Nathan Grunstein and Patty Twellman, for Saul Lubbock and Donna Levitz, for I.L. Cooper and Janet Haney and Lee Lieberman and Natalie Huffman, for Ruth Bernstein and Edith Scheinbein, for Helen Kupperstein and Jerome Kornfeld, for Joan Thamangu and Rennie Wolf, for Theodore Berg and Edward McLaughlin, for Jean Altman, Sally's dad, and for Rita, for your mom, for Ben Goodman and Constance Dull, for Helen Schless and Ira Trivers, for Joan Shifter and Louise Skranka, for Scott Williams and Sidney Platke. Stand for your dad. For Susan Fadum and Vincent Vaccaro, for Bernard Davis and Madeline Olbaum, and Max Weil and Rodney Barton, for Sadia Marco and Stephen Plax and William Nolan, for those we've lost this year, for Bradley Rowe and Alan Palmer, for Steve Randall and Joseph Evans, for Phyllis Kidder and Roger Brown, for John Palazzolo and Carol Portman, for Sharon Hollander and Trudy Vogel and Bob Duffy, for Lizzie Wolfe and Bunny Shopper and Vivian Eveloff, for Emmanuel Binder and Sam Fox, for Gerald Siegel and Sammy Schaas, for Susan Kopelman and Jill Petzold and Larry Badler. For all of these names, yeah, Leslie.
Louise Skranka and Ellie Travlu Dubinsky.
For all of these names, from all of these lives, from all of these folks who are our sacred ancestors. I invite everyone to rise as you are able. Page 41. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yami malchute b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael b'gala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam l'olmei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei, dekudasha, barichu, le'ela, min kol, birchata, v'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechamata, damiran, be'alma, v'imru. Amen. Yehi, shlama, rabba, min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom, Rav. Huya aseh shalom. Aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, v'imru. Amen.
Oh, say shalom bimroma.
You may be seated.
Uya, say shalom aleinu.
Ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Zichronam livracha. May the memories of all of those that we have lost be a blessing in our world and in our lives. And we say, Amen. So just a few quick announcements. There's Torah study, as always, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. In person in the library or on Zoom, taught by Rabbi Dale, who liat is recovering. Kenahara. I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, CRC members are invited and encouraged to cast your ballots in favor or against, it says, the board nominees for CRC's board by September 1st. There are ballots in the ONEG or in your email. If you vote no on the slate, just make sure to put your name so that we know who the next president's going to be. That's the... High Holy Day registration is open for members. It'll be open for everyone soon, but make sure to register just so that we know who's coming. Yes, Yael, please. High Holy Day registration is open for everyone. Thank you, Yael, and all of the work that you and the whole team have put in to make this evermore a seamless process, a safe process, a reassuring process for all of us. So thank you. As the priests in the temple made very clear, administrative work is sacred work. Yeah, right. The annual meeting is this Wednesday, September 3rd, at a reception starting at 5:30. The annual meeting starts at 6:15. Come and join us, and you'll get an update from the board and lots of exciting things there. Torah from Scratch is back. Thursdays at noon. Bring your lunch. Would love for you to join us. And for those who have been regulars, there's a change coming. And it's even a change that's different from what I said the change was going to be. I'm sorry. Torah from Scratch after the High Holy Days, once we've completed the cycle and once we're through Simchas Torah, we'll be moving to Wednesdays at noon instead of Thursdays at noon. That's not the change. I mean, that's a change, but the real change is we are going to be studying the weekly Torah portion through what are known as the Rishonim, the medieval commentators. We're really going to focus in on them. At one point, I had said we were going to do the Haftarahs this year. We're going to do the Rishonim first. We'll do the Haftarahs in 3 years or something. So the Rishonim, a lot of these are names that you have heard of before. Maimonides, Ramban, Ibn Ezra, Rabbi, who am I forgetting here? Yehuda Halevi, all stars. It's really Rashi, of course, Rashi. Maybe the biggest of them all. So we're going to, what'd you say? Abarbanel, exactly. All the Rishonim. We are going to be studying another 1,000 years of this conversation that is Torah. And that has been really the premise the whole time in Torah from Scratch, is that Torah, more than anything else, is our people's conversation through time and through space about how we are supposed to live these very few days that we have. And so join us for the next 1,000 years of that conversation, still continuing on, of course, with the weekly Torah portion. We'll be matching what the regular weekly Torah portion is. So for now, though, that is Thursdays at noon. You don't have to have ever come in order to drop in. Bring your lunch. We'd love to have you. There is a tornado relief task force meeting Tuesday the 2nd on Zoom. I don't have a time on here or how to get the link, but I'm assuming it's on the website. Yeah, Elle, is that? Yeah, Elle is nodding. Great, thank you. There's an art museum tour coming up on Sunday the 7th at 1 p.m. It says you have to register, and we're already at capacity, so I guess I didn't need to make that announcement. There's a young adults, 20s and 30s, way to leave some of us out here. There's a young adults barbecue on Sunday the 7th. Be in touch if you or someone you know would like to join. And finally, CRC will see The Wanderers on Saturday the 28th at the New Jewish Theater. Be in touch if you'd like to join. Gail. Please. Yeah, crowdsourced. Huh. Oh.
You got a
Okay,
big
I'm just going to
shout-out
repeat this in
today.
the microphone so that folks who didn't hear or who are on the stream. So Gail is one of the amazing SLU, correct? Excuse me, the Law Library Association of St. Louis. Gail's one of the amazing folks there. And they are having an exhibit on trailblazing judges right now. So opens on Tuesday. I saw another, yeah, please.
Yes. So, everybody, hi, my name's Aria. So I'm having a birthday on September 21st. It's coming in a few Sundays. We're going to meet up at the City Museum at 11 a.m. and at 4 p.m. If you don't want to go to the City Museum, we're all going to meet up at my house. There'll be pizza, there'll be cake. It will all be gluten-free. And, yeah, so let me know if you want to come. And, yeah, it's in just a few weeks, so mark it on your calendars if you'd like to come.
Two days before the birthday of the world, in fact.
I know, right? My birthday always falls around. You know what my Hebrew birthday actually is? It's the 9th of Tishrei, the day before Yom Kippur.
There you go.
Always this
Okay,
Okay.
let's give each other a blessing.
No, I have announcements. Number one, we have 2 birthday people here to be celebrated. Eileen's birthday is tomorrow. Wish her happy birthday. Yael's birthday was yesterday. Wish her happy birthday.
Them, happy birthday. Them, happy birthday.
Excuse me, them happy birthday. Okay, my last announcement is that Sunday is International Overdose Awareness Day, which is being, I think, celebrated for the first time. And there is a service at the Episcopal Church of the Holy Communion at 5 o'clock, an evensong service on Sunday. So if you've lost somebody to overdose and you want company, come on over.
So let's send each other away with a blessing. Put our arms around each other. Yivirechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
And may you all be blessed and kept in peace.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May we take some of this light that it is so easy to feel in this room and send it out into this world. Yis Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
And if you feel discouraged, look at the people in this room and think about all the good things everybody here is doing.
Amen. So speaking of which, is the potluck open to anyone who wants to crash it? Can we? So the Religious Events Committee, which is a group of folks who come together to help us build Jewish life here at CRC, to both be a sounding board for rabbis to bounce ideas off of. There we go. And a group that puts on events and comes up with incredible ideas is having a little sort of organizing potluck tonight. So if you'd like to be a part of that or hear about that or simply just, schnorr off some food at the potluck, come and join us. We will be in there. And otherwise, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Adon Olam, Hashem Alach, B'terem Kol Yetzir Nivra, Li'ed Nasa B'chirtzo Kol Azar Melech, Shemo Nikra, Shemo Nikra. Farah.